There's so many different ways to explain this. Basically, what he's pointing out here, though, is really simple. The people of Israel, before Jesus came, were students. They were being instructed in how they should be ready to receive the Messiah. That was the whole goal of the Old Testament. That was the whole goal of the law of Moses. That was the whole goal of the prophets. If you read the Old Testament, you will see Christ all through the Old Testament. In fact, the name Jesus, which translates into English as Joshua, means the Lord saves. The Lord saves. And in the Old Testament, it could be summarized as saying it's all about how the Lord saves, but with a view to looking towards how he will save through his Messiah. Now, Jesus Christ means the Lord saves through Christ. In other words, the message of the Old Testament and the New Testament is exactly the same. But there's a good reason. There is a really good reason why there needed to be a transition period. It's like, why didn't they just bring Jesus Christ in the Old Testament and start off at that point and go from there? Why did they do all this extra stuff? Why did they make it difficult? Why did they make it necessary for you to have all this time, over 1,000 years, like something like 1,500 years before Jesus Christ came, between around about the time of Moses to the time of Jesus, you got like 1,400, 1,500 years. Why did they do that? Well, I think the answer is actually really simple. And we see this at work in the world today. God needed to sanctify the world and prepare the world and teach people the importance of blood sacrifice. Teach the importance of why a sacrifice is necessary. Teach people the importance of holiness. Teach people the importance of rejecting the world. It takes a long time to take a bunch of people descended from a Babylonian and turn these people into a vehicle for the coming of God. It is not an easy process. I was having a discussion with someone about this today, actually. You look at Abraham. If you actually look at his life, he is not a model of behavior. He is not a model of behavior. There are many things in his life which fall far short, which is fine. We all fall short of the glory of God. I'm not picking him. What I'm just going to point out is this. He is a model of faith because he consistently looked to God and trusted in God over other things. But he didn't get everything right. He married his sister, right? Which was forbidden later on by the law. He traded his sister twice to con kings to try and get his way. He was not a model of behavior that he should have been.